Did you know Elvis once said this was the saddest song he had ever heard? As a lifelong fan, I've heard this song, I've felt this song, but have I ever truly listened to it? And today, we're going to do exactly that. We're diving into one of his most raw and vulnerable moments on stage. I'm so lonesome I could cry. From the iconic Aloha From Hawaii concert in 1973. And this reaction is a special request from Rich, who told me he has always felt a deep sadness in Elvis whenever he sings this song. So Rich, thank you for this beautiful suggestion. Before we even press play, you have to understand the scale of this moment. We're talking about January 14, 1973. Elvis wearing the legendary American Eagle jumpsuit, covered in gemstones, performing in Aloha From Hawaii via satellite. It was a groundbreaking technological event for its time, and the pressure on him was enormous. Friends said he was extremely nervous before the show, not only because of the massive satellite logistics, but also because of the weight of expectations on his shoulders. And in the middle of that pressure, on the biggest stage of his life, he chooses to sing a quiet and devastating country classic by Hank Williams. On the biggest night of his career, he decided to lay his soul completely bare. Today we're going to talk about the vocals, the raw emotion, and the quiet but powerful stage presence that makes this performance unforgettable. It's fascinating that out of his entire catalog of rock anthems and huge ballads, Elvis chose this Hank Williams masterpiece and introduced it with these words: "I like to sing a song that's probably the saddest song I've ever heard." And that tells you everything about his mindset in this moment. He isn't just performing, he's sharing a piece of his heart. If you're an Elvis fan like me, or if you're just discovering how incredible he was, make sure to like and subscribe. We're building a community that loves the artistry and the story behind the music. And I love for you to be part of it. Alright, no more waiting, let's get into it.
Hear that lonesome whippoorwill. He sounds too blue to fly.
Okay, I need to pause right here. Right from the start, that opening is so slow and bluesy, it immediately sets the mood. And that echo on his voice. Did you hear that? The way his voice just hangs in the air with that gentle echo. He's not just singing a note. He's painting a picture of complete stillness and sadness. And his phrasing is so deliberate. No rushing. And every word gets space to breathe. You can feel he's not just singing about loneliness. He is loneliness in this moment.
He sounds too blue to fly. The midnight train is winding low. I'm so lonesome I could cry.
And then the chorus, the way he holds the words cry. It's not theatrical. It's not dramatic. It's this rich, controlled vibrato from his baritone voice that feels like deep, aching emotion.
Low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Did you ever see a robin weep when leaves began to die?
And the poetry of Hank Williams is already powerful. But hearing Elvis channel it in this moment makes it something else entirely. He's standing there in a suit that screams superstardom. Yet his voice tells a story of complete desolation. And listen to the orchestra. The subtle swells from the Joe Gershio Orchestra are perfect. And they support him without ever overpowering his intimate delivery.
Ever see a robin weep when leaves began to die? That means he's lost the will to live. I'm so lonesome I could cry. The silence of a falling star lights up a purple sky. And as I wonder where you are, I'm so lonesome I could cry.
That hesitation, that tiny pause, it feels so real. That's not a performer hitting his marks. That's a man sharing a moment of genuine emotion with the world. Chills. Every single time.
I wonder where you are. I'm so lonesome I could cry. I'm so lonesome I could cry.
And the applause at the end. It isn't wild like after Hound Dog. It feels respectful, appreciative, like the audience knows they just witnessed something deeply personal. Three things make this performance extraordinary: the vocals, the emotional interpretation, and the stage presence. Let's talk about the vocal delivery. This is Elvis at the peak of his vocal power, but using it with incredible restraint. His voice is rich and dark, and he lets every word carry emotion rather than trying to impress. And if we talk about the emotional interpretation, he takes a Hank Williams classic and turns it into something deeply personal. This isn't Elvis the rock star. This is Elvis the man. And then the stage presence. No karate kicks, no wild movements. He stands almost completely still. And his power comes from that stillness. The jumpsuit says superstar, but his voice says lonely soul. This performance perfectly shows why Elvis wasn't just a singer. He was an artist. On a night filled with pressure, he chose not just to entertain, but to connect on the deepest human level through emotion. Even a king can feel so lonesome he could cry. That's why this performance still moves people today. It's raw, honest, and heartbreakingly beautiful. But what does this performance make you feel? Let me know in the comments. What's your favorite moment from Aloha From Hawaii? If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications for more Elvis reactions and analysis. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.